Not financial advice. This video is made for entertainment purposes only. Please invest your own money at your own risk. I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own due diligence or research as I will do mine. This video is not financial advice. What is up, everyone? This is Safe Investor AG, 8% Saucy Warrior. Let's get right to it. So the crypto bull run is here, so I'm buying back in. Now, 100x DEX tokens. I'm going to show you the tokens that I believe will 100x, in my opinion, the safest. And you can put a good amount of liquidity. Now, I have to attribute this and give a lot of credit to the one guy that I've been watching very closely for many months, and he called this rate drop many months ago, none other than Clear Value Tax. So I want to show you this 4-minute video that he did yesterday. It's very key, okay? Let's pay attention to what he has to say.
In today's video, I have breaking news for you. The Federal Reserve has decided to cut interest rates by 0.5%. So I personally thought that they would go with the quarter points, but they decided to do half a point. But regardless, today marks the day of a shift in monetary policy. So as I said, it starts today. So I want you to know that this is just the start. This is just the first cuts in a series of cuts to come. So if you're thinking, okay, an interest rate cut of 0.5%, that's not much, I will tell you, it's going to amount to a lot. Because again, they're going to keep on cutting. And this is just the start. So I'm going to give you the numbers. So, of course, today's very important because we got the interest rate cuts and because they released their projections. They released their SEP, their Summary of Economic Projections. In their SEP, here's what it says. The Federal Reserve is projecting to cut interest rates further in 2024. Today, they cut the interest rate, the Fed funds interest rate, from 5.5%, and now it's 5.0%. They are projecting to cut it down to 4.5% by the end of the year. So that's another half point. By the end of 2025, so by the end of next year, they project to cut down interest rates to 3.5%. By the end of 2026, they project to cut it down to 3.0%. So going into today's meetings, the odds were in favor, as I showed you yesterday. It was in favor of a half-point cut. The reason is that many investors and economists, they were worried that the Federal Reserve is behind the curve. So basically, what happened is that many people are saying that they should have started cutting interest rates back at their July meeting. So to make up for it, this meeting, people are saying that the Federal Reserve should cut by 0.5%, which is what they did. Okay, so here's what happens now. So the Federal Reserve is going to hold their press conference in a few minutes. So that's going to be hosted by Jay Powell. He's the chair of the Federal Reserve. So he's going to talk for about 50 minutes. It's going to be about 5-6 minutes of his prepared remarks. And then the rest of it's going to be him taking questions, Q&A with the reporters. So in my next video, I'm going to take that video, the 50 minutes of content, I'm going to condense it into about 5-6 minutes of highlights. And then I'm also going to give you my interpretation of what he's saying. So I think it's very important that you watch that because I want you to see the information coming straight from the source. So that's going to be my next video. I expect to have that out tomorrow. Okay, but I want to tell you this. We already see so many of the questions that are going to be asked. So for example, they're going to ask these questions. Are you afraid of the labor markets further weakening? How confident are you that inflation will not reaccelerate? Is the outlook still a soft landing? So I just want you to know that these are all BS questions because they're unanswerable. I mean, how is Powell supposed to respond to these? But the biggest question, which is going to be asked more than once, that most people want to know is what are they going to do at the November meeting? Because it could be they could decide to not cut interest rates and cut deeper in December, or they can front load it, cut deeper in November, do nothing in December, or quarter point, right? So people are going to want to know, they're going to be trying to pry information out of Powell regarding November, but Powell's going to say what he always says. He's going to say that for the November meeting, it's going to be, their decision has not been made. They take it meeting by meeting, and it's going to be data dependent. But the way that I will be determining how they're going to react, what they're going to do in November, it's really going to be based off two things. It's very straightforward. Number one, it's going to be based off the inflation reports, the PCE and CPI inflation reports. So I understand that core PCE, that's the Fed's preferred measure of inflation, right? But I'm telling you, and they've said this before, they still care about CPI. And the second thing is the labor market. So the jobs report and the JOLTS reports. So I'm going to keep you updated on all of this, all the consequences. Please subscribe. I thank you.
Okay. I totally recommend anyone to subscribe to his channel. He has key information and I've been following him. And okay, he called it. You can look back on his videos. He's been calling it months ago that they're going to rate drop. In July, he said potentially they're going to rate drop. In August, he says more definitely they will rate drop. And then this month, he was saying this is how much they'll rate drop. He called it. He said between 1/4 and 0.5. Don't be surprised. So the two tokens that I believe will just print a ton of money. Okay, the very first one, H-Suite. H-Suite is sitting at 6 million market cap. Super low, extremely low circulating supply, 11 billion of a 50 billion. So this DEX is top notch. Now they are home of the smart node and they are replacing smart contract for smart nodes one at a time. So before they go on a massive marketing or on the offensive, they're getting all the data settled first. Remember that. This is why I have a nice bag and I'm gonna buy some more of this. And then the next one that I would buy even, just as much, in my opinion, it's SOS. This token is going to print. Now, if you want specific detailed information, right now SOS is sitting at 28 million market cap. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 100x's or even 200x's. So I mean 100x from the current price that it's sitting, it's $3. It could easily go to $5 because it's heavily paired to HBAR. And HBAR can send it to a squeeze, not even considering all the buying pressure that it's about to get. SOS. So right now it has almost 700 million circulating supply. Okay, that's 70%, guys. There's only 30% left. That's nothing. So, and they're doing it very slowly and according to their white paper, which is perfect. They've been following the white paper accordingly. I'm glad, man, it's awesome. So it's going to squeeze to who knows how high. So yeah, it's a 28 million market cap. And then H-Suite. Now H-Suite has circulating supply of 11.7 billion. Okay, that's about 23%, but they have, I believe, what is it, like another 70% that's locked or burnt for liquidity providers. Now, to me, I don't worry about this because you need 10 million to run your own smart node. 10 million, which equals to the entire supply of 5,000. Now, there's not enough, clearly. There isn't enough. So these two bad boys, there is not enough of these two tokens, Salsa Swap and H-Suite. So H-Suite is, I wouldn't be surprised if H-Suite even reaches 50 cents. Yes, 1,000x. I'm talking about a complete 6 billion market cap by the peak, which might be the end of 2025 or beginning of 2026. So you heard the man. This guy has been right on fire for the past 3 months. It's actually quite amazing. Now, by the end of 2025, they're looking to end at 3.5, and by 2026, 3.0. Those are conservative figures, so we might see digits below 3. All right, so that's all I wanted to give you guys. Please comment down below which one is your favorite DEX token. Okay, this is Safe Investor AG, H% Saucy Warrior, and you guys take care. Have a saucy day.